M7 and the M16 platform of rifles are two of the most iconic assault rifles of all time. But what do those two things have in common? They were both used to kill communists. On the AK-47 side, it was mostly used by communists to kill communists who complained about bread lines a little too loud. That's neither here nor there. What else do they have in common? Well, they have a common ancestor. The gun that would forever change warfare by really popularizing the idea of the modern assault rifle, or storm rifle, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sturm G, or the STG-44. I call this one the journalist. Oh, I love the smell of Holland in the morning. Smells like Operation Market Garden. Ladies and mostly gentlemen, the Sturm G. Those who know will know, but for those who don't know, let me break it down to you. This is the grandfather of the modern assault rifle, and that is the case for a couple of ways. So first off, a little bit about the gun itself. This rifle was developed during the tail end of World War II by the legendary firearm designer Hugo Schmeisser, also the man who revolutionized modern warfare with the basic invention of the submachine gun with the MP-18. So after changing the trajectory of firearm history once, he decided to do it again with the STG-44. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Brandon, the last time you tried to talk about a German machine gun of World War II that was used by the Nazis, the leftists tried to cancel you. Well, Antonio Gonzalez, he tried to cancel me. So yeah, leftists tried to cancel me. Yes, that is true. People tried to paint me as a neo-Nazi for thinking that German weapons of World War II were cool and wanting to talk about them, despite the fact that in that video, I specifically said I didn't like Nazis. But hey, don't let me ruin a good smear campaign with those pesky facts. But I'm here talking about it today because I think this is one of the most fascinating parts of the evolution of the modern combat firearm. And again, because I think history is cool, regardless of how pussies feel about it. But anyhow, the story of its adoption is actually one of the cooler ones. So German leadership really identified with the potential of the STG-44. So you have to remember, in 1944, the average rifle being issued to an infantryman looked nothing like this. Looked a lot more like a bolt-action Mauser or Lee Enfield's. America kind of had a big dick swing in with the M1 Garand because that was at the bare minimum semi-automatic. Of course, things like the MP40 and the Thompson were fully automatic, but those are submachine guns, so they're still shooting pistol calibers. There really wasn't much that bridged the gap between a submachine gun and a rifle caliber cartridge that could be used at extended distances, that carried a lot more firepower. So that's when Schmeisser said, hold my German stout, and came out with the STG-44, which really perfectly bridges that gap. I mean, you have so many features of a modern assault rifle in this, from the pistol grip to the ability to be select fire. So this goes from semi-automatic to fully automatic with the flip of a button. You have detachable magazines with an intermediate cartridge, a smaller rifle cartridge, not the crazy big, 30-06, 8mm Mauser like a lot of rifles used at the time. Something a little smaller, more compact, and more importantly, something easier to hold a lot of, and for the average infantry soldier to be able to carry a lot of. I mean, there's just so many design features of this that are ahead of its time, really, for what was commonplace in 1944. So a lot of the people that were going to be issued this really loved it. A lot of the German leadership really loved it. You know who didn't love it? Hitler. But no joke, Hitler apparently, as the story goes, really did not like the idea of the Sturm G, or really anything that wasn't submachine guns. He was apparently infatuated with the idea of the submachine gun and said, we need more things like the MP40, which, if you've ever shot one, dope. I understand what the the hang up was. It's a pretty cool weapon. So apparently he wanted to shit can the STG to focus on more submachine guns, which, I mean, if you know anything about where the future of small arms went after that, you know that that was not a good idea. I know this may be shocking to some of you, but Hitler wasn't exactly right about a lot of things. But a lot of the German leadership did see the potential in what this gun could become. So that's why they pulled a little sneaky on him. It grabs it and pulls it out of that channel. And then when it goes back forward, it drops back down. And I just think that's pretty neat. Also, last little note here, this dust cover, very reminiscent of the AR-15. Again, little details like that. Very neat to see, you know, really in firearm design, there's something that I say a lot, and it's become a running joke in the shop. There's nothing new under the sun. There really is a million ways that things that are being done today have been done throughout firearm history, developing different branches of the family trees of guns that exist. And it's just kind of neat to see all these little nuances in guns that came 80 years before. I think it's neat. And if you've watched this far, you do too. Because after all, it's our autism, and we get to choose the special interest. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the STG-44. It's a real fun video for me. I've been wanting to make this for a while, but you know, these guns can be a little finicky, so sorry it took so long, but I've been really wanting to do this video. I love this gun. I think it's so cool. It's just a neat video for me because, again, my passion for history and my passion for showing you guys firearm history and firearm mechanics and some of the etymology behind some of the more popular platforms today. It's also fun because it's a message directly to leftist media that I don't give a fuck what you think, and I'm gonna continue to do the things that I enjoy doing. So I'm not sorry, and you can go fuck yourself. But on that note, if there are any other historic firearms you guys would like to see on the channel that maybe we have our hands on, maybe we can get our hands on, we'll see. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments. I appreciate you for staying to the end, and as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks. You follow me like you're gonna fucking see something. The show's over. Go home.
Fuel is my obsession to make the perfect weapon. Like Rasputin's rise to the top.